Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Today, I want to play the quote-unquote worst healer on beta. Although I really don't think it is. So, it's a bait title, I'm not gonna lie. Alrighty then, just gotta go like bam, Good morning, good morning. Today's early stream. I'm on earlier than normal. Just so happens I have things to do in my afternoon, so my schedule shifted around a little bit. Today will be fun. But we have to go like bam, and then like this. Wow. Solid, everything should be working. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I'm on really early. Hey, Eluso. Good morning, good morning. I want some happy vibes. Good morning, Onos. Good, very early morning for you. Good, very early morning for you, Onos. Wow. You are early today. Do you normally wake up at 5 or 6 a.m.? That's incredibly early. I respect it. I couldn't do that. So plan for today, play the worst healer on beta. That's it. That's the one, right? Yep. It'll be early today. What's up, Zarkin? Oh, Zarkin. You know how we talked about this concept before? It's definitely which is the worst healer? Well, that's a good question. What is the worst healer? If you YouTube, this is what I did today. If you YouTube healer tier list, yeah? So if you go to YouTube and you type in healer tier list, that is whatever is the worst healer according to that is exactly what I'm going to play. Apparently, according to Jack's tier list, Holy Priest is the worst healer on beta. And then he had made that list before Discipline Priest got changed a little bit. So Discipline Priest was even worse than that. But should we just play with Frost Fury Survival? I think we could just join a key, actually. We'll make our own. We could play whatever dungeon. Sorry, video on Holy. Yo, I want to make more videos like that. But the second they're really good. Let's put them that way, Zark. And we had talked about this before. You'll see it. You'll see it, though. We're talking about what concept? The one that if I start posting more stuff, then the stuff's really cool. That one. Boom, 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 boom. But yeah, if anybody wants to learn how to play Holy Priest, that one, you just watch that video and you got it. There's really no need to get into the depths. I did make a min-max version for the other platforms, but it's not needed. It really isn't. You could absolutely 100% manage with just the left-click, right-click type gaming. And that means that Holy Priest as well as... it'd be Holy Priest and Resto Shaman would be the two friendliest healers because they're not reactive in nature. Start a group. Taze, you want to fill the group, actually? You want to? Do you feel up for it? Right. That is why I have not been making a lot of guides or something yet. Because things will change. Especially Holy Priest. The fact that the Apex talent is bugged. Dungeon you want? No. Up to you. So when this gets fixed, very realistically you drop the mana nodes and you do play through mending. Like very possibly you play some of the mending talents. Even just these two would be enough for you to actually want to play it. You could play those two right there. Just like this. Let alone this. If you actually wanted to, you could probably grab Virtuous. Yeah, I feel like you could really path down here if you wanted to, because some of this is not required, per se. I think you could drop Celerity for something like this. And play through Mending if we needed to, though. But as of right now, it's simply not worth doing. Which is weird. Which is interesting. I don't know. I think that in general, like we could play Terrace if you want. I feel like Nexus or... Seems nice. I'm still learning Druid, Pally, possibly Shaman. What's up, Protein? Hey, I see you there. Yo, what's up, Zach? New subscriber from a couple weeks. Killer content. Yo, thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. That's a good compliment. That's a good compliment. When I was younger, my parents were always worried that I would end up making killer content, but I feel like this is a happy medium for what they were expecting. No. We could do this. We got this. Boom, boom, do. Can do. I think I want to play Oracle though, so I know I could heal this on Archon. I'm 100% like healing this 13 on Archon would be easy, but I'm not sure if I want easy. I might actually want to play through Oracle today and try it, because if I was to rank the healers, the truth is that Holy Priest is not bad. Holy Priest is fairly powerful. I've been able to do second boss Mysara Caverns without an issue. I've been able to do a lot of things with relative ease and access. So I'm not that worried about it. Also, yesterday, holy, such a bad day. You ever have those days where you're just sitting there and you're just like, bro, how is the day this bad? It's like, wow. It was one thing after another, but I'm glad that that is done today, and I feel slightly better. Things do have a tendency to work out at the end of the day, at some point. Hey, noob, hello. That's fine. Confirm, sure. Okay. Ba-boom. Any more drilling today? I hope not. No, I do not like when they start drilling, man. Flogga, what's up, dude? I can't handle loud noises. Construction next door just pierces through my brain, and I have such a hard time with it. Okay, so if I am playing Oracle, we have to change the build slightly. There is a genuine question if I'm playing, like, actually Oracle here. First of all, let me just keep this build, but I'll rename it. I wonder if you still play healing as Oracle. That's a great question. Morning, Pigeon. Morning, Super. How's it going? Yo, I had such a bad day yesterday, though. You press it in front of just scratches your brain. No fluff and yet in-depth. Healer main, just not hitting your stride in Mythic. So I appreciate the in-depth stuff. Hey, I'm glad you like it, Zach. I really, really like World of Warcraft, but I feel like I approach the game very differently than other people. Like, I don't know what it is exactly. I've tried to think about this, of what is the difference between my perspective on WoW and other people's perspective. And I think it comes down to two primary factors. Number one is that this game primarily is fun for me. Like, I approach everything from a how can I have the most fun standpoint instead of the most competitive standpoint, even though I like to play competitively. So that's like the first and foremost difference in my brain. As in, I'll look at my talent tree and some Holy Priest will be literally, they will be like, yo, we cannot, like, you have to play this talent. And I'll be like, yeah, but what about this one? And they'll be like, no, you have to play. I'll be like, well, hold up. Do I have to, or is it just a little bit better in this scenario? So I like to cook my own way of doing things because I think it's more fun to play like that. That's first and foremost. Second is, I've just been playing for so long, and because of the nature of how my brain works, just, I don't know, ADHD or whatever, I've played everything. Like, at different points in my WoW journey, like, I tank, I heal, a DPS, I like this, I want to play that for a season. Oh, let me just try this, let me pick up that. So I like to analyze specs from that perspective of, like, well, everything can work, but how would it work? How would I make Holy Priest work versus thinking, I can't make this work, if that makes sense. So, I really feel like mending, you really want the mending talents. I'm just debating on how you would go about getting them. Probably this. No, but then you need prismatic echoes if you play down here. Well, so the thing is, you don't need renew because you can play through mending. I don't know if you can drop an extra charge of this. You really somehow, these two talents would be so good. Is there weird static? Just like a little fan maybe blowing on the microphone. Is that better? Is there? Just like there's like a fan blowing, but it shouldn't be that loud. No. Oh, like proper static? Like actual static? Interesting. Not the fan? Oh. Better? There is static. Okay, good to know. Let me fix it. Is that better? By chance? Question mark? Even with mic mute, so you hearing it with the mic muted? Can you hear music? Interesting. Wait, can you hear like music? I hear music, yeah. So there's like happy music in the background. Where would the static be coming from? No idea, actually. Okay, you hear music, but you still hear static as well. I don't know. Everything's the same as normal. It's gone? Fantastic. It might have just been with that song. I bet you it was like background in the song. Oh, no, it's back. What? Pause the song. Okay. Check. It's gone. Okay, so it's Spotify not being linked properly. Got you. So I'll just relink Spotify. Oh, I see what happens. Okay, got you. I was linking the wrong Spotify. Thank you for letting me know. This is very helpful to know at the beginning of stream instead of the end of stream. You know how like there are some people who won't tell you that you have a massive booger in your nose? You know what I'm talking about? There are some people who are like, listen, it's rude. And I'll be like, it's not rude, it's polite. You gotta let people know. Yeah, just be the type of guy who isn't afraid to say what's up. Respect it. Good call. Let me see if this fixes it. Okay. Better? Should be good now. Oh, Scraps, how did the Holy Paladin work? Fixed? Fantastic. It was a source thing. I got you. I know what happened. Yo, Scraps, so you're a Holy Paladin enjoyer. You decided to watch, you signed up for YouTube and you watched my little basic guide on it, right? Did it help? And you said you got to the last boss of Windrunner Spire with how many minutes left? Just instantly? I'm hoping it helped. The whole point of the Quick Guide series is to help people get into keys. They didn't cleanse the uppies. That is just an impossible thing. The problem is that boss is going to be one of those examples where if you don't have a team that helps you, there is only so much you can do, to be fair. Yep. Good. Glad it helped. There's all these little things that are just not intuitive about Mythic Plus in general. About healing, about tanking, about this. Yeah. That's a big one. Because it's not quite double, but it's a lot. You know, it's a massive difference to play Holy Paladin like that. I was thinking about this. In my opinion, what is the actual worst? Thank you, Random. I am. What is the actual worst healer on beta? Let me ask you this. What do you think the worst healer is on live? Right now, current retail, WoW, what do you think the worst healer is? Because I have an answer to that. There is an answer to what the worst healer is on live, and I don't even think it's really that close, to be honest, though. It's Holy Priest. It's definitely Holy Priest on live. And the reason that it's Holy Priest on live is because Holy Priest has zero benefit comparatively to a Disc Priest. If you're going to play Priest, you play Disc Priest. So Holy Priest in particular just doesn't really provide anything. Their external, it's not that it's not strong, but it's weaker than the other potential external. Their HPS instead of shielding, and their HPS can be a little bit lower than Disc. On top of that, their damage can be good if they don't have to heal, but they don't have a kick. They basically only have Psychic Scream for a stop, whereas other healers on live are competing with a massive amount of everything. You're competing with Pain Sup, barriers, you're competing with massive, way more damage, you're competing, PI still exists, but you're competing against Disc Priest. So it just doesn't work on live with all the tools. Now, an interesting fact, by the way. All Priest technically got buffed when they changed the way healer kicks work in Midnight. Have you thought about this before? All Priest players got buffed indirectly. Because now no one has a kick. Wait, Jax just subscribed. Yo, thank you for the prime, dude. Much appreciated. Hey, Jaxie. Jaxie, what do you play? What do you like to play? So, the fact that Priest doesn't have a kick has been a really big potential problem for a while now. But now, no one has a kick. So, technically a little bit of a buff to Priest players. Now what you have to do, well, I mean, you see me use Feather a lot. I have Feather bound to one of my primary keys so I can just get around in the game. Like, as hilarious as it sounds, I literally do actually have Feather bound to 5, so I can just very quickly at any point put the Feather down and move for mechanics, because I am incredibly slow. It is one of my least favorite things about Priest. Yeah. HPAL and WrestleShawn would love to learn, to tank. So, I'm on a mission to attempt to make everything as convenient and accessible as possible. So, for example, if you want to learn how to heal, like, if you watch this basic thing, you can understand the basics of healing. I want to do the same for tanking. That could be tough, though. I think we're doing Terrace. Tanking, there's so much nuance to it. I could foresee it being kind of difficult, no joke. Of, like, how to reduce tanking to a simple but straightforward but effective type quick guide. I could do it. I have a few ideas. They've been swirling around in my head a little bit, though. I just add player macro your Feather. Everyone else can move just fine. Oh, when I play Priest, yeah. I like using it for other people. Like, I'll use it for the tank sometimes, but movement speed is kind of underrated a little bit when it comes to tanking. Okay. Is this the build? So, wait a second. Wait, Pigeon also just subscribed. Yo, hype train incoming. W subs. Thank you. Thank you for the primes. The question is, if you're a holy paladin, or sorry, holy priest, do I play Prayer of Healing as Oracle? I have to think about this for just a few seconds. Let me, before we start this key, because this key is actually hard to heal, man. Hey, Jared Bear, hope you're having a good night. Just want to say I really appreciate a lot of the comments you made on the podcast not too long ago. Oh, yo, I'm glad you liked the podcast. I really, really, really enjoyed the podcast. I really like being on it, and I hope people enjoyed. Okay, so wait, we were playing Apotheosis here. Yeah. But how? So it's just you keep mending up, and mending is going to be... Yeah. I mean, this is all mending based. It just makes me wonder if... Additional 4 stacks of prayer mana plus a second ally when casting prayer. Yeah. So, I don't think you need these talents. Okay, let's go like this. Okay, combat log is on. Let's go ahead and test this build and see if it works. I feel like you don't as Oracle, but then I'm just questioning. So if I drop all of the Prayer of Healing talents, including Lightweaver, then I can actually play down... Like, I can play through Oracle. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. Like, how am I going to deal with... Yeah. Well, because, like, you do when you play Oracle, right? But you would play down here like this, potentially. Holy Words for 20%. I mean, you just basically spam mending pretty constantly and keep it perma on your group with this version of a build. But then all of a sudden, I kind of want to not play through Ultimate Serenity, and I could instead play through... I'm not sure, man. I see a bunch of potential options, to be honest. I see playing here, and I see... Not this. You don't want Lasting Words. Because you have it through here. I don't know. Like, if I completely drop Prayer of Healing, I will literally have no AoE heal, which is strange to me. Because Archon plays so smoothly right now. I love the way Archon plays. Would I play 1 point here, 1 point here, maybe Celerity? I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be playing here. Targets above 50% health. We can try this. You know what? It doesn't hurt to try. It's beta. Why don't we just experiment and see if this works? I'm playing a cook build, but we just send it and we see what happens, huh? Cool. So it'll look something like this. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. What's up, Hudzy? But yeah, there was a pod. I did a podcast. If you didn't know, we talked about healing a lot with Mad Skills and LB, and I really did enjoy it. It was a chance for me to just rant about the game for a while, and I've been thinking about this game for 21 years. Holy. You said worst healer first. That was the first game to mind. H Priest, correct. Overheal spec with big cosmic ripple, kinda. Who did you watch when you first started tanking and healing? I am ready. Yes, Stace. Sorry. Good question. Who did I watch when I first started tanking and healing? Dorky, probably. Back in Shadowlands. Yeah, like give or take Shadowlands, I started watching Dorky. And I watched Pekko's tier list before the season actually started and stuff. So,
the way
yeah. Let's try this. You know, it doesn't hurt to try. I think that this build will really suffer from the fact that Benediction does not currently work the way it's supposed to. When Benediction is fixed, that will feel significantly better, I think, in my opinion. Because right now, what's going to happen is this will all work out okay. Like, we're going to be able to heal this key, at least I should be. But we're just going to keep massive mendings up on the group. And you just have permanent mending. Like, everything is just prayer of mending constantly. Non-stop. Boom. Dispel the tank. Here we go. Right click. This is just going to be a right click instead of a left click type scenario. Keep Serenity on cooldown to get my Naro out. But here, like when actual AoE damage happens, this is the problem, right? Ooh, it's an Arcane Mage. Hey there, Legionella. I really feel like healing on beta is good right now. I do. I like healing on beta. I do think that tanking has problems, but in general, just like exploring the different healers is fun. Even this build, I'm really curious to see if this works. I have my doubts about whether or not I'd be able to cover everything that I need to be able to cover. So we go left click, left click, left click. Dispel this one. Watch this one. Mending, mending, mending. So this next pull is an example, though. Are your mouse button clicks still working? Yes. So I'm using the in-game click casting system, which, to be honest, is not nearly as good. Pigeon gigantified an emote. Hey, Pigeon. So I'm using all base UI. Now, there is a healer add-on that is significantly better right now. Fade here for aggro reasons. Okay, watch out. So this pull, as an example, I'm thinking I'm going to get through it with him and really, really good cooldown management. That's the plan, because I need to save this guy right here, but he's line of sight from me. So hopefully he comes around the corner here. Oh, he got hit by this, so now I have to heal this forever. That's okay. Aggro will be a small problem, but the mage is on top of it. I'm literally using just the in-game. There's no add-ons. I have not updated any of my beta add-ons for a while now. Still healing it. I don't know, I'm doing pretty good right now. We'll PI him early, because I need to be ramping. Get 2 Holy Fires off. Bam, and then him. Him with Mending Up should be fine. We should put one of these to HPS, because I am curious about it. And then we go boom, bam. Here we would start to struggle just a little bit, but that thought should be expiring, like right now. Perfect. See, if I had Prayer of Healing, I would be able to just prayer that back up. And that makes me curious a little bit. Yo, by the way, sorry, if my YouTube stream crashes, just to let you know, the reason for that is I don't know what's happening with it, but if it does, just come to Twitch support.
Can you can't afford to linger here?
Can't dispel, yes, so that's not only, there's not, H-Pal is not the only healer that has that problem right now. I don't know why my Prez Evoker, it has such a hard time with the spells at the moment, because specifically, oops, I don't think you're supposed to pull this. Okay, hold up, Apotheosis. Get him on this global. Nice. Okay, good. Focusing. Yeah, just find me on anything else if that does happen for some reason. Mass Dispel. Giga. Need to top everybody before this. Prayer of Mending. Good. I really feel like at the end of the day, even if you're playing kind of a cooked healer build, as long as you do understand damage patterns and kind of what the priority is of, hey, I really need to watch this or watch that, then I think you can heal almost anything to a reasonable key level. There is an exception to that, but here we go double boom like this, and here though like this. An easy 10 with your build without knowing Benediction is bugged. Yeah, to heal more, and that felt very smooth. Nice. I'm glad it helped. I genuinely think that that's the right way to help people learn. Love the Surge of Lights as Archon. Correct. I do think that Archon is significantly feels so improved to me personally. Oh, wait, there's a big healing pool. Oh, I don't have cooldowns. Oh, so we're gonna choose to external this guy, and then I'm gonna Desperate Prayer myself, dispel him. This is an example of where I'm gonna struggle without Prayer of Healing. I think I might him. No, next one I could him. So again, I need to be planning now kind of way more than if I was playing. We might be able to just kill it fast enough. So we get our mendings out like this, boom. But yeah, originally right now, Oracle is, or Archon is not the play. But I do think with the changes to healing, Holy Priest for the first time did not feel troll. You know that? I think that's very interesting to me. Because right now on live, if you choose to play Holy Priest, you are, I don't want to say you're inting your team, but to a certain extent, like, you are not going to be able to do as much as someone else. I don't really love that, but it is kind of a true statement. It doesn't feel like that on beta. And I much prefer that that is true. Easy 10 with your build. Nice. Oh, there you are. I see. Yes, you came to Twitch. Good job. If I ever miss your YouTube comment, that is the right thing to do. So here we would have a plan. I could just send him. So we'll go mending, and then him. Really need to have one of these be HPS right now. Out of curiosity. Easy money. I'm curious to be tracking HPS when I actually need to be doing healing. This boss isn't too bad. This boss, you can do like a lot of damage. I'm a YouTube diehard fan, no problem, DH. I appreciate what you said about the fact that you put on my stream just kind of in the background to chill. You know that for a long time, like, I'm just a WoW player, right? Like, it's so weird to me that people listen to my stream at all sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like, wait a second. What? I don't think I'm playing the Phantasm to get out of this. So I have to manually dispel. It's like a weird thought sometimes. Alright, so we PI the Arcane Mage here, probably. Although Survival Hunter also likes PI. I want to make more of the Holy Priest type content that I made yesterday. Parries and everyone. I want to make more of that. But for everything. And I do mean that. Like, literally for everything. That's kind of my plan. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh. Ah. Well. Can't out-heal that. Technically, I'll res. And I have res. Wait. I have res. Wait. Because I can heal the tank. Wait, I'm in angel form. Don't I have cheat death? Yes, I do. So I just need to go, like, here. Heal myself up before this knockback. Boom. Okay, wait. Tank lives. I can res a DPS. I'll res the Hunter. Hunter would be the best choice here. Where is the Hunter? I need to find him now. Because I can't manually select him with this click casting. I know, watch the tank here. Hold up. Wait. I can do this. Where is he? Alright, we're resing. I guess we're just resing him. I can't click on his body and I have no idea where he is. I do have res. So we're going to figure this out. Probably would be better to res the Arcane Mage right now, but you're going to have to just take this. Good luck. I external myself, I him, and I pray. I literally oh! We tried. Oh, man. Actually, it was going pretty well, though. Can reset. Can reset. Can we try a different dungeon, though? Out of curiosity, I want to try like an HPS dungeon. Thematically accurate priest playing. I want to try like there is some HPS here, but it's, I want to see what Prayer of Mending actually does. So potentially something like Windrunner Spire. Yeah, what about Windrunner? Or Cavern. That's what I was thinking. Cavern would be another good choice. See if I can even do the second boss. Let's do Cavern. If we're going to test it, we might as well test it accurately, right? Like, if we're gonna do it, we might as well do it. Let's not make it easy. Let's make it hard. That being said, still not sure about this build. I could absolutely 1000% see that you are still supposed to be playing through Prayer of Mending here and using it as a global. Prompt Prognosis. Yeah. Let's try it. I could solo my ghost every time with shift on second boss. Wait, really? That's cool. Alright, let's do it. Cavern. I don't know if you have the key, but I hope you do. Also, I really like this song. It's a good song. Yo, yesterday, you ever have those days where you wake up and you get like bad news and you're like, oh man, okay, all right, I'm gonna make this work. I got this. And then you keep going throughout your day and it just seems like, how to say this properly? On that day, you were chosen as the strongest soldier. That's what it feels like sometimes. Because it just keeps layering stuff onto you. And then it's just like, I bet I can do this. Probably. Maybe. Sort of. Potentially. I guess I'm going to have to. That's kind of my day yesterday. But in a weird way, those days can also be kind of inspiring. Because they help you realize you can do more than you thought you could. Like play Holy Priest Oracle in a 13 Mysara Cavern. Alright, cool. So, watch the tank here. I don't think he needs external. He probably needs external. Let's just external him for safety. I will choose my PI target and fade here. PI Arcane Mage. Mendings are out. There's healing absorbs here, so I do actually have to be paying attention quite a lot, though. Archon is significantly, in my opinion right now, Archon is better. I know it hasn't been traditionally, but I swear Archon is actually better than Oracle right now. I would feel confident going into any of these keys as Archon. Oracle, it's just because Prayer of Healing actually heals now. Let's put it this way. It used to be that Prayer of Healing did not heal. Like, you kind of, like, you press the button, and it's like, oh, look, a little sliver of health for my team. But right now, it feels way more like you actually fully can top people with a few. Like, you get a Surge of Light, Halo, 2 Prayer Healing, bam, done. Everybody's full health. You actually feel like you have agency on that. What's up, Hell? Hell, I'm back to healing Brewmaster. But this, technically, to be fair... Oh, whoops, I got locked. Forgot. Yep. Surge of Light plus Prayer of Healing is actually a genuine healing feel like. It can be. It's just that some healers, like, it depends. This build right here will be way better at healing Brewmaster. Because I actually have a hot to maintain, you know what I mean? Don't make me leave videos from here or something. Defensive myself, perfect. And it's Prayer of Mending. Because this one has a hot. Brewmaster works well when you can use maintenance hot to keep them up. The other build I was playing has 0 hots. As in, either I heal you or I don't. Whereas Brewmaster works a lot better when I can just kind of keep mending, bouncing around. Because it does function like a hot with renew as well. So, it's not like you couldn't play the other alternative, but interesting, you know what I mean, though? Sorry, I pressed that rude. Whoa, this is going to be a hard pull. Okay. So, fade preemptively, go Prayer Mending. Prayer Mending on the tank again. PI this target. Pretty sure this is the right PI target. You can't look at HPS because Brewmaster HPS is still counting from stagger. So, you go bam, bam, bam. Serenity here. A little bit of direct healing. Solid. I wonder what the next patch notes will be. I don't think Brewmaster is bad by any means, and I really hope that I can collab with Shaw. I actually want to do a collab with Shaw where he teaches me Brewmaster. As it is my least played tank, I could improve my Brewmaster gameplay tremendously. So I'd be really curious to get somebody like Shaw, who makes content for Brewmaster, to actually sit down with me and just be like, yo, here's all the ways you're messing up. And I was like, look, when they told me this as a kid, I hated them. I was like, stop telling me all the ways I'm failing. I already know I'm a failure, Mom. But now, as an adult, I say, oh, thank you for the constructive criticism. So it's a little bit of a different perspective. Okay, there's 2 bears in this. Once again, I'm going to just fade myself for the aggro reasons and probably external my tank right away. Those bears sink. So, like, now as I'm playing this, right, I'm just like, look, Mom, I'm doing it. Look, Mom, I'm doing it. Actually, my mom is awesome. She would be proud of me for doing this. Okay, mending here, and bam. How are you liking the beta? Surprisingly, a lot. Maybe not surprisingly. I always like beta, and it's specifically because I made a video about somebody... It was a great question. I think, Zarkin, was it you who asked? Genuinely, you are not trolling. You literally did ask, why are you playing the quote-unquote bad specs on beta? And I was like, good question. The reason is specifically because... Yeah, that was a great question. And the real reason for me, and the reason I love beta so much, is that I don't have to gear. Do you know how tough it is to have to gear and to play a character on retail? That's really hard for me because I generally don't want to like raid on several characters and have the time to do all this gearing process. So my solution is, well, on beta, I get to actually play the spec that I want to play. You know? You're going to verse me? Oh yeah, 100%. I'll still tank. When I say that I might not main tank, I just mean on the first week of a season, I'm going to have a vault on 10 characters or something degenerate, trust me. But which one am I going to try to go for the highest level keys on the first week? So let's say I settle for 10s on my alts, but I'll go for the 14 on my main. That's kind of the determining factor for me. It isn't so much based on raid, it's based on... So Serenity here, watch the tank. I don't have external, so big healing here. Boom, boom, boom. And probably a him. 100%. No, I like it, but that's how I like the game. Again, slightly different perspective on things just because I would rather do all 18s and 19s in a season and be 1 or 2 below title range, but at the same time get to play the game that I want to play. So toward the end of a season, if I'm just like, these keys are super fun right now, I will gladly keep playing forever. Right? Like that, I seriously, like I would just be like, I'm just gonna game a whole season. I'm not quitting. I love this game. I could play 6 months, no problem. However, if there's like Priory and Floodgate and the season isn't going so well, and I'm just like kind of feeling a little bit about the season, like I've played it for a few months, I'm kind of competing around there, I'll just stop. Like I'll take my main character and I'll just be like, not having fun, and I will literally just stop and then go play ults because that's how I enjoy the game. So this is a fundamentally different philosophy than most competitive WoW players, where they're like, no, we have to keep going. If I kept going, I'm sure I could achieve whatever I wanted to achieve, but that involves a lot of effort because it wouldn't be easy for me. I don't quite have the context to make title. It would be a grind. I'd have to be playing right now. Like, I'm sure that I would be continuously grinding at this exact moment for title keys. Like, you just never get a break. You never get to stop. You never get to relax. So, okay, by the way, I have to heal this really well, and I'm curious about how this is going to go, because we have a lot of extra damage here. So, I have him coming up soon. Oops. Did he get hit by something extra? Oh, shit. Wait, everyone is dead. I must have missed something. What happened? Wait, everybody just died. I actually don't even know what happened there. That wasn't HPS. We had infinite HPS there. I gotta stop being an alcoholic. Hey, Sagana. Everyone stood in ground effect. That makes sense. I hate price words. I hate KSL and I'm done. Yeah. Do you prefer keys or raiding? I'm a key player. 100%. I'm a Mythic Plus player. I don't raid. I don't like raiding. Raiding is like hitting myself with a bag of bricks sometimes. I am not a huge raider. Not an enjoyer of it. How are you doing? Oh man, Sagana. Who's been a few months? Life has changed so much in the last few months that I'm actually surprised genuinely that I am somehow functioning. Yesterday I realized that I'm way closer to a mental breakdown than I thought I was. I will say that because it was just one of those days where everything bad happened and I was straight up sitting here and I was just like, we take big breaths. Exhale. It's going to be okay. And then, like, as I was dealing with all this stuff, and I was like, the house stuff, and the this stuff, and the that stuff, then there was construction starting next door. And the drilling was so loud. It did eventually go away because it wasn't like a big project. But it was just, I wasn't dooming. It's just that sometimes it's important to be negative. I swear, listen, yeah, normally I'm a big fan of, like, drilling, but not in this context. When it comes to oral drilling and construction drilling, can't say I'm a huge fan. But Sagana, yeah, I'm still in Thailand. I've been doing more in real life Thai streams actually because I really want to show people Thailand. I'm super curious about continuing that process. Okay, so dodge, mending, boom. Here, I apotheosis this for sure, and then everybody's getting hit by the frontal, no problem. I can out heal it, get into the thing, perfect. Keep mendings on the group, and pretty solid otherwise. Oh, yeah. I actually think that if you ever try to ignore your feelings, they will definitely come back up and haunt you. Sometimes the right decision is, in fact, to just be down for a day. Because sometimes life ain't fantastic, you know what I mean? And that's okay, but it's okay. Most important quote I ever heard when I was younger is that it's okay to not be okay. We have this weird culture where we always have to be perfect all the time. And that's actually just not true. It's not how it works at all. Wait, we're going to hit a potion. Holy. I went to healing potion myself. I almost missed it. I went to vacation in Thailand in November. Yes, yes. The people here are amazing. Hi, Keybound. How's it going? Yo, Keybound. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Thailand is an amazing place. You guys have never been to Thailand, yeah, Keybounds? I don't know if you're both here right now or how the audio works with both of you. But Thailand is genuinely amazing. My dad and my family are coming to visit, and I told them, I was like, you got to be careful about this, you know. If you come to visit Thailand, you might not leave. External myself. I don't feel like I have nearly as many options, by the way, on Oracle. I feel like my HPS is significantly less, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do the next boss. Don't touch signaling the car with your fingers ever. That's a good one. I got accused of using AI because I used this symbol. For what? What part of Thailand do you live in? No, I live in the big city. I'm a city boy. I'd love to tell you. Look, but I'd be lying. So I don't want to lie to you. I'm not a nature person. I'm gonna be real with you. Nature and me do not get along. Here, yeah, I got cooldowns. You can go. Yeah, this one I should be okay. I'm not. It's like some people. They're like, look, they go out to the woods and they think, I feel great. And then there's me, and I am not having a good time. Like, if I ever went camping, I'd have to go glamping. I know myself, and I'm okay with this, by the way. I've accepted this. This is a part of my life. I'm all right with it. But I don't feel the peace and serenity that other people feel in nature. I tend to feel stressed and terrible whenever I have to deal with the outdoor world. It's not something that gives me, like, a... You know how people, they go to, like, the woods or the ocean, and they're like, I've had a wonderful mental reset from life. I feel so much more relaxed. I just feel great. And I'm like, that is not me. I go to nature and I come back and I'm like, I need to decompress for a solid 3 weeks. I'm not seeing anyone. I'm playing World of Warcraft. Like, maybe I grew up weird, but I never got that part of the human condition. That's like, if I see trees, I feel peace. Like, well, kinda, but not really. Okay, purge one at a time. This area will kill all of your pugs. because there is a trick to this, and people are going to get it pretty wrong. So you need to have big healing, constant healing to spell this one, and then make sure you DR yourself. I can purge one individually. I think we already got him pretty much. Okay, stop this. Boom. And Apotheosis here. Ending there. Good. Here. Ending here. Boom, boom, boom. Nice, beautiful. See, I'm maintaining the HPS here, but I gotta say, it's not a lot of HPS. This is like basic HPS. I went to a Bangkok Pattaya. Did you like it? What was your favorite thing about Thailand when you were here? Oh, 2 stacks. The spell. Perfect. Watch my tank. Watch my tank. Watch my tank. I have external for him in a second if he absolutely needs it. Otherwise here. This pull does hurt. As a tank player myself, I can tell you that these guys do melee pretty hard. Also, giant rant. I'm not going to go on it now, but I don't know why in dungeons there has to be such variable melee damage. Like, some packs just don't hurt, and the other packs are... You're getting mollywopped, and I don't really understand why. So you have to know this as a tank before you walk into the dungeon. Like, these guys melee twice as hard as those guys. It's a little bit of a weird mechanic sometimes. As a tank player, you just have to have pre-knowledge of the dungeon in order to do this successfully. And external myself, then... Yeah, if it works, it works. Do we have 2 of these guys in? And him right now. Perfect. I couldn't tell you my favorite things. There's so many fun stuff that you liked. Where are you from originally, Sagana, that you compared to Thailand when you visited here? And if you ever get a chance, Keybounds, to actually travel here, do message me on Discord first. Genuinely. Message me on Discord first, because I have so many suggestions. There are so many little tips and tricks I've just picked up after being here for a long time now. 8 years in Thailand. This is my home. You know what I do since I sit in your country? Gotcha. I don't know how to explain the fact that Bangkok is a giant city to people. It depends on where you are in the world, but a lot of people still think for some reason that Thailand is... How do I say? That Thailand is like third world? Yeah, kind of. Like, they think it's like, it's kind of like run down or like not put together. Like there's a lot of fundamental issues, but it's like, that's not true at all. Thailand is amazing for infrastructure, for public transportation, for this, for that. Thailand is just so good on all those things. Okay, so I gotta make sure I power heal myself before these shields are broken. Perfect. Nice split there, mending. The only real question is if I can do the next boss. The next boss is going to be the biggest problem for... Yeah, the next boss is where it's going to get challenging as Oracle. The rest of the dungeon I feel like I can do, but mending healing is... I don't think it's going to be really enough to carry it properly. I won't be able to cover mistakes without him. Even with Apotheosis, I won't be able to, I think, cover some potential errors of that boss. Just PI him because my mage has already sent his cooldowns. Let's see. So far, not bad, though. How hard is it to migrate? Not nearly as hard as you think it is. Harder now than it used to be, but not hard. Not nearly as hard, Cameron. Season which you recommend the first-time visitor? Not during holidays. Don't travel during the holidays. Holidays are incredibly busy because tourism is such a massive part of the Thai economy that during holiday season, it's like everything is super crowded. So during New Year's or during this, if you have time off outside of holidays, it's best to come a few weeks after, even just like a few months. So like end of January, February, great months because it's not too hot. That's our winter, so it's just reasonably hot instead of amazingly hot. Yeah, I would say something like that would be the best time to come. So like right now, if you were gonna come next week, would be a good time to come. You should just book a flight next week. You're always gonna solo your own ghost. You can do that. So there's gonna be 1 stack instead of 2. I mean, that would work, I guess. 19 March, 4th of April. Check when Songkran is. Check when the Thai New Year is. Wait, check when the Thai New Year is. I think you're gonna miss it by a week, Sagana. Do you know what? It's 16th of April. Do you know what Songkran is? Because somebody told me they were coming here at one point and they were going to come during Songkran. Dude, I'll show you pictures after this. Songkran is the wildest holiday that you have. It shouldn't exist. If it existed in the U.S., the death toll would be unimaginable. It literally can't exist in almost every other country I've ever been to. I don't think it could. I think it would literally... Yeah. Basically, the entire city for Thai New Year's, just to clarify this for people. Yeah. It is a massive water fight. But, like, the entire city. Like, on a scale that is... You can't imagine it. Like, you cannot go outside without being absolutely soaked. You will get literally Super Soaker 5000. You have to... Everybody puts their phone and wallet and valuables into a plastic bag. Because it's impossible... Oh, I used the wrong mending target. That's okay. So here, Desperate Prayer 1, Serenity this one, Triage Shield up. And then just mending. If he's going to soak one each time, this makes this fight way more approachable. I didn't even know you could do this. Last year, America... Yeah, no, I mean, so you have to... If you don't know what's happening, you will be in for a rude awakening. I definitely think that you will have kind of a bad time if you don't anticipate it. You know what I mean? Okay, so here... Now I'm going to have to watch this. So we have a res. I have a res, but I need to heal this first. So maybe somebody else has a res. I do have the emergency links. But these are going to go off soon. So if they go off, then we're dead. Holy shit. Wait, I heal. I can do it. Apotheosis external. Holy, I've saved it. But I'm going to struggle now. So here, you got to break the shield somehow. And here, it's almost broken. One more tick. He's dead. He's dead, I tell you. Okay, if we just make it past this shield, then I can actually res, but... Hold up. No, I gotta break the shield. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, wait. No, I have prepare. I'm angel form. I have cheat death. Okay, wait a second. I res first. Here. I got him. It's okay. Wait, I might be able to recover this. Maybe. But I just used every single cooldown that I have. So, I res 1. I res 2. I PI. Wait for it. Okay. I PI here. I external myself. If that frontal comes toward me, it'll just be bad RNG. Go here. Prayer of Mending, Desperate Prayer, Flash Heal. I think that this can work. We spread the dots out a little bit, unfortunately. Watch myself first. Watch the Mage. He probably won't have anything. He's Arcane. Watch the tank here. Flash Heal the tank, Flash Heal the tank, Serenity the tank, just to make sure. Good. We've recovered, but I'm out of mana now. Okay. Hold up. Now wait just a second. We got to do with one more set. This boss will kill every one of your pugs. This is going to be one of the words. They're going to tune this boss, I'm pretty sure. Because this can't... I don't think this could exist in a healthy WoW season. I'm not going to... Oh, 3 stacks. We're dead. Oh, heal. Serenity. Holy... That's not how you do this, boss. So, this is going to be one of those fights that I'm going to talk about in a video at some point. Because you can't do this. That is so banned what they just did. You can't give me the debuff. Okay, wait, him. Oh. I have another res. So... This is going to be one of those fights where the healer gets blamed for a lot of the mistakes that just happened, but that's not actually a healer problem. Yeah. It will get changed. I might still be able to do this. Oh, I'm Never mind. I'm I'll take it back. I won't be able to do this. If you break that shield right now, I can maybe keep him alive long enough. Wait, the shield is broken. We have another res. Where is everyone? Let me get the hunter. He'll be better for this. Where is the hunter? He's over here. I got him. Hold up. Now, hold up. Now, wait just a second. Because that boss is going to die. I think we can get through this. And then we still technically time. Here we go. Yep, kill a boss. Oh, no, he doesn't even need the res. We kill the boss. Oh! How are we alive right now? Holy priest gameplay. Actually, my Demon Hunter being pretty self-sufficient definitely helped a lot. How are we alive? How is it possible? I would have felt much better as Archon, though, still. Holy... I still would have felt better as Archon there. I would have been able to do more, because I didn't actually do a lot of HPS, because I was just spending the whole fight rezzing, but technically speaking, it did work. If you can get through that, you can get through the rest. Ha! Okay, PI him in his surge window. Mending. Ooh, that was pretty good. If I can toot my own horn without muting my microphone. Oof. Yeah, so anyways, Songkran for a Thai holiday is pretty wild. I just couldn't imagine it existing. And the reason is that there are literally trucks that go around with buckets of water, and they splash people on motorcycles, you know? Could you build Archon Prayer of Mending? So, in the talent tree right now, you're sort of forced to choose between Prayer of Mending and Prayer of Healing. I don't really know if there's a build you could cook that would be able to take the necessary amount of talents for both. You could try. It might not be the worst thing in the world. I was thinking about it even this build, and I'll take a look at my HPS and kind of see. I could try to still play Prayer, but the thing is that this buffs Prayer and this buffs Mending. So it feels like if you play Oracle, you just wouldn't spend the globals and you'd go really fast. That would also be a complete joke after nerf. I have a way to fix the boss, DPS. I know how to fix the boss. You want to know? Oh, it's really easy. You want to know how to fix the boss? Okay. If you soak the shades in the wrong... If you get... Basically, if you soak 2, it cancels out. If you ever soak 3, then you get a minus haste buff for all DPS party. All 3 DPS get a minus 25% haste. And it lasts for 0 seconds if 1, 2 seconds if 2, 3 seconds if not, and 5 seconds if you mess up the mechanic. Or something like this. Put a damage down for DPS failing mechanics. Give them a minus haste aura so they actually feel it. Problem solved. Like Ecodome. Correct. Yep. That would work. And it's the only thing that will work. DPS don't learn if they do good damage. If their damage gets inted, they will learn the mechanics so quickly, it's insane. Now, not always. It's not like an actual fix-all, but I'm just saying that if you can out-heal them, then they won't learn. They have to have some way to teach DPS. Either a damage buff, if they don't want to be negative about it. You get a damage buff for doing the mechanic properly. That would work. So damage buff if done properly, or damage down minus haste, but only for DPS. You can't put it for tanks and healers. If you put minus haste for tanks and healers, then I think that's a bad idea. I think you'd be in trouble if you decided to do it like that. Yeah, and I do think, and I was like thinking about this a lot, like the disparity between the roles is massive. Like how hard you have to work as a tank versus a healer versus a this, like it's a pretty big difference. That being said, I understand why DPS exists the way it does. There should be a role in WoW that's just super easy. You don't really have to learn anything, and you can kind of just pick it up. I don't think that's like bad for the game. I think that might be good for the game that something like that exists. So I'm not upset about the fact that DPS is so easy, but I do feel like people should thank their tank and healer way more than they do. So here, if I just had Prayer of Healing, I would be able to heal this a little easier, but that's fine. Cosmic Ripple, big Cosmic Ripple there. Mending, here we go. It's not that hard. Yeah. It's just I did 70k HPS there, constantly focusing on like rezzing and stuff like that. That is enough, but barely. On other healers, I was doing 110k, which wasn't enough. Okay, I'm gonna send this here. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. That was agreed. That was agreed. I figured it would work, but I wasn't 100% sure, actually. Next one's Apotheosis. What's up? Hello, I'm Drew. Hi, Drew. Yeah, thank your tanks and healers. I think that's the most important thing, is that tanks and healers are just like, it's not a problem that they work harder necessarily. Like, I don't actually think it's super, super crazy bad that tanks and healers are harder to play, but I do think that they should get more recognition for that effort. Because, like, nobody really wants to do things for a long period of time that they're not actually going to get rewarded for. Shit. That last thing. Ow, ow, ow. I don't think anybody else has a res. I don't like bosses like this where I feel like I'm pressed to heal while moving. But obviously I got hit by something there. If they can live and get back here, if anyone has res. Before it pops, he takes 0 damage. Exactly. And apparently, Demon Hunter can as well with Nether. They might be able to kill the boss if everybody gets back with the damage amp, lust it, and they might just be able to own the boss. Good to see you back on the tube. Hey, JB. I was only gone for a day or two. Sometimes, like, when I need to just chill and recover, I'll do cake-only streams. But so it's just also my YouTube stream's just been crashing. I don't know why. Zero clue why. I don't understand exactly what's happening with it. They might be able to get this. But for some reason, the YouTube stream has just been getting owned recently. Like, after a few hours, it just kind of goes bloop. Oh, they got this easy. GG's. Okay. Technically, Oracle worked. But I did not like it. Near all percentage. Run! Run! Faster! Hey, MRT. Yeah, earlier we streamed today. I gotta do a bunch of house stuff. Wait, run! 45 seconds. You got this. Easy. Oh, this is not the right guy, actually. You should probably kill these. Wait a second. Where's the tank? Okay, wait. IPI. He actually has a lot of health. Do more damage. Hey, MRT. A little early today, because I also have to go early. We have to go to the store and do a bunch of house errand stuff. I do like living in this house, but it's a lot of work. More work than before, at least. Divine Hymn. Yeah, I don't know if I really like this version as much as the other, as Archon. I still feel like Archon feels... I have way more coverage as Archon. Where's that 2 phase 1 fight? He was able to heal. Which one? Which healer were you playing with? Out of curiosity, though. Yep, he's W. I'm basically trying... I would argue that this is a Mistweaver. Was he playing the broken build, though? There's like a bug talent for Mistweaver right now that's doing more than it should. That's the only way I can see Mistweaver doing it. Otherwise, maybe with like a revival. The Mistweaver build that's actually fun to play is not a caster one. It's a Fistweaver. Few people like caster Mistweaver, but kind of rare. So there is a kind of a broken build at the moment for that. People's defense is that reason, not because of his healing. True. Also true. So what I look at when I'm testing healers is, on that fight, I did 70k HPS. In a normal scenario, that means everyone's dead. Because I should have to do 100k there. So does that make sense? Like, that actual HPS was low, which probably meant that my DPS were using self-healing or defensives and helping me out, which is very different. So... Oh, that's a good stretch. Healing is the only role that is entirely variable. Sometimes you can see, you're like, wow, that person did a great job healing, but actually it was that my team did a great job helping me. You can get carried as a healer, sort of, if your team really helps you out. In fact, at this key level, there's a lot of pulls where you could be dead, and if your DPS are really gaming, then it should be all right. Yeah. Okay. So, I don't really want to play Oracle again. I have decided that Archon is definitely the way if I'm playing Holy Priest. Let me go import my own build from Discord 1 second. Do Beyblade say stretch? Sounds good. You were cringing that entire dungeon? Wait, what for, Pigeon? What'd I do? What's up, Hacks Dubs? Hello. What was I saying? Discord? Build? The HPS output is horrendous. Yeah. Well, it's not... Okay, it's not horrendous. I was doing enough. And I wasn't having to min-max my HPS. I didn't get to min-max my HPS in third boss. I would probably be able to do like 90k. But I think I would struggle to do 110. Unless they fix Benediction. And then this build will feel a little better. Because you get way more Benedictions. Okay, Archon Priest build here. Copy paste. But the difference is pretty massive. No, you can play brew. It's fine. You were stretched? Oh, 100%. You're right. That's correct. Nightbot timed out. You're fine. Hold up. I guess playing properly. So you got, bro. You got God. Hold up. Hold up. Wait. Hold up. Is there a mod that can untime you out? Bro, wait. I don't know how to untime somebody out. I forgot. Wait. How do you untime somebody out? You accidentally put a period in properly, so it thought you sent a link, and then it got you twice. Oh, there's no mods here. All right, anybody want to be a mod? Does anyone feel like being a new mod of stream? Good morning from Belgium. Good morning. Wait. Before we do the next key, which I'm fine for whatever, especially if I play the Archon build. I gotta show you Songkran in Thailand. Timeout 1. Thank you. Timeout. His name. DPS. Damage 1. Timeout DPS. Okay, is he back? I think that worked. You can be mod stream, I don't mind. I don't think I have it set that yeah. So what happened is it said you posted 2 links in a row, and bad for you. Don't do 2 links in a row, DPS damage. No, it's just you put a period in your properly .so. LOL. It's pretty funny. We do, I think. You want to come, Pigeon? Interested? Interested? Yeah, come. What do you want to do? We are doing randomness here. Yeah, that's interesting. That Devour can actually just soak their own ghost. Let's do, let's see, Windrunner Spire or Nexus. Actually, I mean, if we want to do IO, I guess Magister's Terrace or Windrunner Spire. Apparently, I don't have either of them on the Priestess yet. So Magister's Terrace or Windrunner Spire. Not that beta IO matters that much, but technically speaking, may as well. One of the very weird things with gaming, why is it that we need people to tell us what to do? Why do I need an arbitrary goal when I play a game? I thought I played games for fun. But sometimes I feel like I'm like, oh, we might as well, like if I have a choice, I might as well do the thing I need IO on. I'm like, wait a second. But it's beta IO. I don't really care about beta IO. But at the same time, I'm like, well, if we're going to choose, might as well. Second boss on car phase, you can kill her in that phase. Wait. Oh, that's... Ooh, DPS damage. That's going to get fixed. For sure. That's like an unintentional. I did not think about that. That's definitely unintentional, though. There's no way that is legit how it's supposed to be. I don't think. You would imagine not, right? Like, that can't be intended. I don't think. But I know I hadn't thought about that. It's kind of like the Dawn... Well, they left the Dawnbreaker bug. You remember the Dawnbreaker bug? Yeah. Do you remember the Dawnbreaker thing where it's like the last boss, they found out that if you actually just don't kick the boss because it doesn't scale, they never fixed that. And so now you fight a pack with the last boss and you just do it. You just kind of let him be there. So to be fair, that does exist right now. Fear falling behind, fear of not being invited because not meta. I don't know. All I know is that for sure they capitalize on FOMO, and I don't love the fact that they do that. I kind of wish that WoW wasn't capitalizing on FOMO, but I don't have a solution. Like, they're a company and they need to make money, so I get the fact that they have to design the games to keep people coming back. But on the other side of my brain, I think if the game was just really good, you'd come back anyways for different reasons. Like I mean, maybe not. All I know is that it's 2026. How's your dopamine circuits doing? How are you? Can you read books anymore? Are you able to read books? I can't read books anymore. They're too slow for me. They don't have moving images that happen every 2 seconds. I don't really enjoy sitting down and taking my time with things. Notice that? I don't think that's good. I think we're cooked. A little bit. Now I just smell the books. They smell good. Salty. Okay. I had a whole conversation with Callie tonight about me listening to my books. With Callie, wait a second, Drew. Callie Fatality? Wait. Hold up. Okay. Did you, by any chance, comment on one of her Twitter posts? Is that you? Is that you? Are you guys a couple? Oh! You know, that meme makes a lot more sense now. The image that cause I was just scrolling Twitter, and I was like, I just made like a little Twitter, and I was like, oh, I just like follow whatever. And I was like, wow, that's not a meme. That's just porn. And I was like, it is unbelievable to be a woman on the internet. Like, you post like, oh, you know, like, just finished my dungeon run, and some random dude is like, and you're like, holy. I did not realize that y'all were knocking boots. That makes way more sense, to be honest. The whole potentially eating ass thing does check out a lot more consistently at this point. Gotcha. Decision fatigue? Yeah. Have they fixed benediction? No, they haven't fixed benediction yet. Yeah. Oh, hell no. But what if you gotta think about it like this, DPS damage. What if their digestional system is way better than yours? And what you're trying to do is strengthen your own digestional system. Then all of a sudden there's like a medical reason to do it. Not saying personally, I'm just saying out of a theory. No, well, I'm just saying based on theory, right? Have they? No, but basically, benediction is still 30% bugged. I expect that one's a pretty obvious bug. You would expect them to change that in the next set of notes, almost certainly. But one of the reasons this Archon build works and I don't take any Prayer of Mending Talents is because I don't want really to proc benediction. Like, I kind of do for the Cosmic Ripple, but... Hey, pink eye? No, just have him shower first. We're waiting for, like, the last 4 updates. Yeah. Patch notes in the next couple of days hopefully are going to be omega, giga, hype, powerful, significant, etc. That's what's supposed to happen. What's up, Ash? Forgot how to play WoW? Enjoy other games. Bro, if you can... Somebody asked me, how do you get into World of Warcraft? And I honestly think that the right answer to that question is, are you sure you want to? Because once it's hooked you, it's hooked you. Like, once it gets its little tendrils and it starts going... It's like Insidious. You can't get off of it. It's really hard. I mean, this game is incredibly addicting for strong reasons, and I think it's tough. I feel like if you can play other games, you might be a happier, potentially... I don't know. For me, man. I just want to see what that does. Not playing WoW, Beastmaster, or what do you mean by that? I want to see what does. I want to change the music a little bit. More vibing music, less singing music. Do I have party frames? No, the flex redeem. Oh, did I miss it? Oh, sorry, I didn't see your flex redeem. I bet. You want fancy flex or muscle flex? Flex redeem is literally just me flexing. That's all it is. That's what it is. There's not much else to it. I feel like we hyped that up unnecessarily at this point, though. Yeah, it's just literally a flex redeem. We're supposed to have place have party frames as a healer. Okay, so this is a personal preference. I've always preferred much bigger frames, maybe because I main Preservation Evoker and we have like 6 hots. So I prefer bigger frames on my Prez. In the actual season, I probably make them this big and I put them near center of my screen. Some people put them below. Some people put them to the left. There are 2 different ways that people do them. Sometimes horizontal, sometimes vertical, near your action bar or near your weak ores. But you want full access to them easily. You don't want them to be anywhere else. Also, I'm using completely base UI. Keep in mind, look at my add-ons. Nothing. Nothing. There are 0 add-ons that I am using for beta. It would help if I got Dander's frames. Dander's frames would make a big difference. That's the new cell, basically. We don't know if cell itself will be usable, but there's this thing called Dander's frames, which is like a replacement for party frames, and they work. It works pretty well right now. In general, it works well. How much healing Power Word Shield? I don't. Very little. Is that the way I plan to use? Ooh, I don't know, Super. I feel like when IO becomes a thing and the actual season starts, most likely I am going to want to be competitive. And if I'm going to be competitive, I don't want to not have a competitive advantage. So probably not. I will most likely download add-ons before the season actually goes live. The season goes live. Let's listen to... What about this playlist for now? Yeah, let's do something like this. 21 Pilots, perhaps, or some chill music. I don't think so, Super. I think that as a healer, you're probably going to need a UI just like on retail. You're inting yourself if you don't. You want to see what my UI used to look like? No, I haven't decided what I'm maining yet. Wait, have you ever seen my old UI? When I first started streaming, okay, this is like the very first, because I got bullied into it almost immediately. So there are very, very, very few clips in the existence of my stream that exist like this. But I was healing very high keys on a Preservation Evoker, and I use this. We got to go clips all time. How do you filter oldest clips? Wait, created oldest first. All right, bet. Here. Let's see. Here, we can just look at this together. Okay, window capture. Hopefully nothing shows that I'm not supposed to show you. Are you ready? Okay. These are old clips of stream. We are now on old clips of stream here. Wholesome first stream snipe ever. Top 10 Preservation Evoker. I get distracted by Shiny Dragon. Wu encounters 19 Tyrannical Kajin on Volcanic. All right, bet. Here. This is the type of thing I wanted to show you. This is what my UI used to look like. Now, there's a guy named My Panties. To be fair, just to clarify, there's a reason for that clip. But yes, this. Can I full screen this? How do I... Can you see it? No, it's not. I need full screen it. Pop out like this. Does that work? Yeah, here. Look. That's what my UI used to look like. That is what my... I used to click each individual ability. This is a 19 Tyrannical Kajin post, like Season 4. So this is a 29. This is a 29, and I used to heal like this. Unbelievable, right? I mean, nothing could prepare you for this version of me healing. That's Nox and Walks, by the way, with Dalgroth tanking. We timed this. Yeah, it looks like a healing version of Guitar Hero. Yeah. This was a 29, to clarify. This was a very high key. And I was freaking out. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that was called Helium. It still exists in the game, but it is so bad because I can't see anybody. I was basically playing Midnight before Midnight came out because with that add-on, you cannot see any DPS. You can't see defensives. It didn't show me defensives at all. There's no Omni cooldown, nothing. So eventually I swapped to Cell and I became a much better player. So DPS back then, and I was playing Prez on a Resto Druid season, but back then, I memorized everything. That was the only way I could do it, because I didn't know that you could track and see like whether people use defensive, so I just memorized it. And the way I've always thought about healing at a competitive level is if I trust my team, if I was playing a Ret Pally, this is when I would use a defensive. If I was playing a Rogue, this is what I would do. If I was playing my Warrior, this is what I would do. And I just assume that people will do that. And I was not always right. So, yeah, getting a UI in game that actually works as a healer is incredibly important. Take it from somebody who has not always had one. Isn't that crazy? I learned how to heal like that. The original thing, the reason that I learned how to heal like that is because I didn't want to learn keybinds because I'm a clicker. So I didn't want to learn keybinds, and that's actually why I learned to heal like that, by the way. That's the real reason. Because back then, I didn't want to learn like, oh, Shift R versus this here, Shift left. Like I didn't want to use any modifier keys, so I just wanted to go left click, right click, left click, right click. And I was just like click, 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 click. And I did it on Prez. I did it on every healer, to be fair. The Resto Druid one was worse. I'm waiting for... Oh, yeah, sorry, Pigeon. Come, DPS. I got distracted. Well, if you apply to this Pigeon, then just give us a heads up that it's you. Put it in your note. That's how I had to learn how to do it. I've always approached the game like that. And it's also why my bad habit in WoW, I think the thing, if you were to like play with me on a team for a whole season, what you would notice is this. I don't react very fast when things don't go according to plan. I'm pretty consistent, but I tend to react slow because I have it in my memory that it's going to go this way. And I'm not even thinking about it. But sometimes I can be slow to respond in unexpected circumstances. I was a clicker vanilla through Kato. Force yourself to use binds on miss. It's unbelievably better to learn how to use keybinds. Well, no, I mean, I still click half my abilities, but as a healer, you can't be slow. Is it Quick Wintered? Is that you? The DK. The DK? You mean the Demon Hunter? So, for example, me doing Shift R is much faster, or like Shift left click for Serenity is way faster than me going over here and clicking a Shift left click, you know? Yo, Boba. The healer tier list, I want to update that soon. I'm waiting for the next thing. You still understand why you were good at that? Just how my brain works. That's how I enjoy the game. Also, keep in mind, I think for the last few days, I've really enjoyed healing. You've only seen me heal. I'm a tank main. I'm not a healer main. Pigeon to you. I can't see the notes because I'm not lead. Yeah, I wouldn't even... How bad. The DK that is in our group. Oh. Is that Pigeon already? Inspect. How do I know? Hold up. Could be. Could be. Not 100%. Not 100% sure. It's possible. And crafted rings and stuff too, though. Nope, that's not you. All right, who's coming? Undead Spunk is your name. Isn't Spunk better from the living? Not 100% sure about this, but as far as I knew. Healing is much slower back then. I think that healing in Midnight is not as slow, but it is better in terms of it not being as one-shotty. And so Undead... And see, here I thought that... No, hold up. Holy... Cameron. That was close. That was close. It was about to be over. Just like that. I had an intrusive thought. And I am proud of myself because I kept the thought on the inside. You don't see us? You should. Wait, Pigeon, add me. I'm assuming the region thing, but we're on beta. Like, you should be able to find us. Here, add me. On beta. No region diff on beta. You should be able to play EU, NA, Taiwan, everything placed together on the same beta realm. But you have to be on Xalatath, so you're on Xalatath's endgame doing keys and stuff. If they did more damage down, up like the interrupts, I think quick filter, check filter, the lead. Yeah, I'll just add it here. That works. Quick winter green. Yo, quick winter green. Oh, that's you. That's you for sure. I recognize that name. Suggest invite. Yeah, there you go. Sorry that I come to you again. No, no problem, no problem. Ah, voila, done. Well, this is a healer's wet dream. I love healing. Double DK. Triple DK would be even better. No, you're fine, Pigeon, don't worry. Chilling. How are your kitties? Okay, so here's the story with the cats. They're okay, but there are two things. Number one of them did not like their breakfast this morning, and he is a damn sonic weapon. He is not afraid to let you know. Would you like to know how he lets you know? He goes like this. Like this. Forever. Nonstop. You don't win. He wins. He is so persistent. He will not quit. You could let him, you could be like, I'm going to put in headphones. I'm sure an hour from now, it'll all be okay. It is not. Is really unbelievable. He's a very vocal cat. He's also the cute one that likes cuddles, so it's a... Everybody's got to have something. They're okay right now. And what mod am I using for healers? For health bars, these are just the same regular health bars in-game. There's no mod I'm using whatsoever, which is why it looks like this. This is straight up the regular in-game everything. So for example, if you see here, options, interface, this is just straight up click casting. This is what I'm using. Just the in-game stuff. Nothing special. Nothing different about it. I might and probably will eventually end up getting Dander's frames, but as of right now, nothing. We'll see. Not sure what raps you talking about. You want to hear me rap? Oh, for a craft. Oh, don't worry about that too much. It's just 13. When you were younger, did you want to be a rapper? Because I swear there was a part of me that did. I don't know where it came from necessarily, but there was a part of me a while ago that was like, I could do this. You call me white chocolate. Like, I thought for a little bit. Maybe it was like, I don't know what it was or where I got that idea. But somewhere in the back of my head, I was like, I could... You just talk, like, really fast. I'm like, I'm great at that. Like, that's, like, my specialty. I could just increase the speed. I have to decrease the speed of my voice. So I was like, I think that rapping... You know, everybody's born with some sort of gift. Maybe that's mine. I'm going to spoil something for you. It wasn't. Unfortunate is what it is. I'm not sure if you could... I'm not sure if you would have guessed. But turns out it wasn't rap.
Embrace it. Leave your sanity behind.
My sisters were the last to visit these halls, but they threw their home and their bond away. If we can calm the spirits
So you
here,
could still
we
mending
know
here
it's
as a
hurt.
pre-global if you
The
want, but
Ranger
actually if you
General
really
was
want to
sharp
ramp as
and
Archon,
steadfast.
I should be casting 3
Peacekeeper
flash
kept
heals.
the calm.
Alright, Pigeon, my first key with you, you get PI. Master spell the first one. Boom, watch the tank first. Boom, and then him. Yeah, dude, Prayer Archon feels so significantly better. It's actually pretty incredible. Like, the difference between Archon and this is kind of wild. Of what I was playing before. They're not even comparable. I had infinite options there and was able to... I could have done way more healing. Prayer just feels much cleaner. I didn't even have to burn External or Apotheosis or nothing. Watch a Squishy Shaman. Watch a Squishy Shaman still. Halo on cooldown. Boom, 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 boom. And easy does it. Smack to fill. Dispel the Squishy Shaman. Heal this person. The only problem with this build, I did swap, yeah, is that I do need mana if I'm casting a lot of prayer healing. It does feel, my mana was better on Oracle.
Overtaken it now.
Okay, watch out, great AMS. Watch the ground effect. Ah! It's fire spit, fire spit. Ooh, spicy. Focus on healing. Yo, today, by the way, shorter stream from me today. I am tired and I have a lot of house stuff to do. So in the afternoon, I actually have to go out. I have to brave the outside world. It is less than ideal, but you know. Holy Paladin at some point, maybe. I don't really plan my day too much, Scraps. But I don't have like any sort of system where I just kind of log on and see who's around. And recently I've been playing beta with a lot of the same people. There just aren't a lot of people on beta, but at some point, sure, you can try it. I do not have a dispel. No problem. There are some people who do viewer keys, but it's not normally fun for me to do it. I just kind of do whatever. I think about, before the day starts, I think about what it is that I'm going to play. But then other than that, I don't make a lot of decisions. Just sort of log on. Benediction, Flash Heal. You'd be Protection Paladin with Blessing of Dawn. I don't think that's... I mean, you would rather still be a Guardian Druid in terms of off healing. Guardian Druid actually has a fair bit of off healing, which is just sad, because I was trying to tell people for a while. Everybody was so excited about the Guardian Druid changes, and I was really trying to sound the alarm. I was like, guys, this isn't what you think it is. A ton of people were so hyped about all of the changes to Guardian, and I was like, I don't think... I haven't really been positive about them since they came out, and I still am not very positive about them. You'll notice that when I tank on beta, it might be power level, it might just be tuning, but if you ask me to tank on beta, I'm not going to play Guardian Druid. Partially because I'm probably going to play it in the actual season. But yeah, he got trapped, all I got. I think that making things way more active is not necessarily fun. It's not necessarily better. And Guardian Druid became slower, yet it's less spammy. It's slower. I don't have the right words for it right now. But there's something about Guardian which I'm just not really a huge fan of at this current moment in time. So it's not just tuning or power level, it's actually, I straight up don't like the way that it's functioning. Okay, big healing here in a second. But again, I have Surge proc, so I just go 1, prayer of healing, easy. Prayer of healing. Should have built some more Lightweaver stacks first, but that's fine, greeting my damage a bit. And I have full Lightweaver stacks, so I just go here, fade DR myself, go like this. Hi Nid, how's it going, man? Long time no see. I'm doing okay. I'm doing alright. Like yesterday was a pretty tough day and some life stuff happened, but You know what? I can fix it. Nothing that I can't not fix. Yeah, you can play bear. Like, I played bear in 15s and 16s early on. Like, you can do it. But for some reason, I'm not enjoying it as much as I was. I think that bear has sort of lost its identity a little bit. Because it played very specifically. Like, bear as a play style was fleshed out and unique because it was so simple. And now it feels more similar to other tanks. If that makes sense. So I don't feel like I'm playing bear. I feel like I'm playing something else a little bit. Spec identity in class fantasy is giga important. How something feels to play is almost more important. Serenity, here, easy. I'll just heal the whole virus picture, why not? So how something feels to play is basically more important than its tuning or its power level. Because all that will change.
Well,
But how it feels, that doesn't necessarily change. And it's kind of like people like Pharaoh Druids right now are not happy, rightfully so. That makes sense why they aren't happy, to be fair. Here news, no. But Nid, once again, I have to be very careful about that, because even if I want to talk about it, general stream rule, can't talk about any sort of politics or anything that's happening in the world just because people get real feisty real fast. I'm the type of person, I'll have a conversation about anything, but that absolutely is not true for the vast majority of people, you know. It's a tough one. Because when people tell me things, I'm like, oh, here are my thoughts, but it's better just to stay away from it. Just like in World of Warcraft, there are many ways to play the game of life. On that one, however, I suppose you could argue much more reliably that some of them are in fact wrong, but there's no wrong way to play WoW. You don't really hurt anyone. I suppose there is kind of a wrong way to play life, probably. So, my analogy turns out is not good. Okay, watch my tank, hold up Serenity, got him. Here, let's just apotheosis this set. I haven't actually healed this on Holy Priest before, and I'm realizing you would have to make a game plan because there's a high movement on top of this. And you go here, got you. And if there's high movement on a Holy Priest, you have to make a plan for how to heal. What's up, Splotch? Do you play Disc as well? Disc is very powerful on beta. I'm not the best at it. It's not my preferred healer. I would have an easier time on Disc simply because it's good right now. You know what I mean? What's up, Crows? Hey, thank you for this up. Much appreciated. Yo, wait, Crows. There are so many references that Crows could be part of. Is there any chance that it's an RWBY reference? You could be referencing almost anything, but by chance, is this an RWBY reference? Underrated, good show, and also the music from that show is fucking incredible. Some of the best music. I've still, like, it stays with me in my head. I should play something. Totally. Our defensive on the raid frames now, Blizzard thing. It is a Blizzard thing, but you cannot see when they are available. You can only see when they press it, which is not that much more helpful, to be honest. Because the whole point of defensives as a healer is that I can tell you when somebody is going to have coverage versus not, and I can't do that right now. So I can see that he pressed AMS now, and I at least can see he has Fiery Brand. That does help, but, you know. Will Midnight? Yes. Supposedly, add-ons are getting deleted and yeeted on the 20th of January. I kind of wonder about that. I wonder if they'll walk it back on the 20th of January, because the game isn't ready. Like, it could be by March, but they need a few more months to fix things. There's 15 days left. But it's also the dungeon design doesn't change. The one thing about pre-patch, which is going to be, if they, listen, Pre-patch is going to be a wild time to play WoW. You want to know why? Because all healers are losing their kicks, all specs are getting pruned with less defensives, etc. And Priory still exists. You get that, right? Cause Priory and Floodgate and all these keys that we're doing right now, still that's the key you're doing. I don't think. How? Like, what? How are you supposed to walk into those keys without as many interrupts? I mean, I guess the lockout will help, but maybe, I don't know. I don't know if lockouts work that well in Priory because they go different spellcasts. Might be an interesting time to play the game for sure. Tier sets would be some low percentage. So they said that they were gonna buff it. We already know that they're gonna buff the tier sets, but they have to buff it a lot. And Resto Druid is Omega strong in beta. Do 20s without the current insane tier set. The new tier set is baked into the not Apex talent, the extra 3 rows here. I don't know what these are called. The extra hero talents. The new tier, it's a little bit nerfed, but it is baked into the same version. How do you use Heart of the Wild on Bear? On retail or on beta right now? Different. Double Serenity. Flash. Boom. Build Lightweaver. Just heal here for a second. 1 Holy Fire. And here we go. I think Resto Druid and Disc Priest could be easier in Priory. Interesting. Because you don't have to kick. These Void Shields are massive. It's a tuning thing, though. Like, I don't know, because the nerf isn't coming in. Like, the squish isn't coming in. But I think that pre-patch is always broken, too, by the way. As a clarification, it's always just something is completely broken on pre-patch, where you're like, oh, this is doing 70,000% more damage than it's supposed to. So pre-patch, I think, to be fair, I think it's a very fun time to play the game. I think that WoW players, rightfully so, in an actual season, get obsessed with balance, and that makes sense because the problem is if your spec isn't good, you don't get to play the game. So that sucks. Like, that's the reason that balance is so important and people hype on meta in World of Warcraft is, like, because you don't get invited. Like, you can't play the game. There's no queue system, right? Maybe there should be a queue system. Maybe that would solve it. I wonder if balance would be on top, if people would look up meta tier lists as much if there was a queue system for WoW. Because you just can't play. You just sit in the city and no one takes you to their keys. It sucks. It's not fun gameplay. Yeah, I might even play pre-patch. Sometimes pre-patch is fun. Anyways, my point is, it is occasionally fun to play a broken version of the game. Like, sometimes it's fun to just play something that is overpowered. That's like the whole point of like ARPGs and everything. Hold up, different playlist. Swapping playlist. Here we go. Yes, this one. This is the playlist we wanted. Surge of Light. 1, 2, 3. Oh, am I lagging? I got hit by that ground effect. All good. Got big healing. We have 1 decurse, not 2. So see how there's no HOTS on the party? I actually am fully reacting to the damage, which is weird as a healer to do this. So I'm going to go here, prayer of healing, done, taken care of already. It's a very strange thing for me that I'm technically not, like, ramping for damage, you know? Heart of the Wild on beta, you just shift out of bear form into cat form every 2 minutes and use it on a single target. Healing button. I made a guide for Guardian, but I haven't made a super updated beta version. I've just explored it on Patreon and YouTube members. There's some Guardian content, but I haven't made like a proper guide on how to play it. I'm trying to think about the simplest answer. The thing is, there's no simple way to explain Guardian anymore. The answer is it depends. When do you Iron Fur? It depends. When do you this? It depends. Do you have a proc? Do you have a this? That's not necessarily a better version of it. Do I just take it as a healing button and take persistence? No, no, no. You don't actually use. That's not how Heart of the Wild works. It's a damaging button only. It's a minor DPS increase, a little bit more in single target than AoE. In AoE, technically speaking, if you really wanted to, hold up. Gonna do this mechanic. Yeah, in AoE, if you really wanted to, you can go into Boomy form. That is broken. Sometimes this boss just bugs. Luckily, I have cheat death and I can still heal this, I think. This boss just bugs. Because I was in the right spot 100%. It does happen. Haha, cheat death. It forces you into alpha. You just don't press it. You don't even have to use it, to be honest. If you want to have a reduced buttons, just don't even press it. You're fine.
And loved to be admired, but she never wanted to be worshipped.
You know what I want today? You know what I'm using sub money on? So wait. Crow's just subbed with Prime. I know what I'm using my sub money on. We got to do errands. I'm going to buy premium ice cream today. Does it use a B-res? No, it doesn't use a B-res, but it does count against the death timer of the dungeon. So you still have the death timer problem, but it doesn't use a B-res. I'm buying myself nice ice cream today. It's an ice cream sort of day. I want mint chocolate chip. That is what I want. Oops. Should adjust my screen angle so I can see it better. But as you can see, effectively 0 deaths aside from that one hook not quitting quite right. But basically 0 death run. So far so good. Feeling very clean with it. Holy Priest feels solid. Big damn too. PI is pretty impactful. Master Spell being utility is kind of a little bit bait here because it's just a way to heal. But Master Spell feels pretty nice. Shadow Priest Master Spell will feel omega good in some of these dungeons. This one in particular. I think the Shadow Priest Master Spell will feel really, really good to have. Just like other WoW seasons. I macro Moonfire into Growl. So you can't,
Valeria hunted the old horde with
Pumps told me, was that a bad thing? No, so...
for good reason.
Scraps, the problem is you're asking about a tank.
Savaged
And the...
one of
When you
Valeria's
ask these questions about a tank, it's a great question.
It seems to have called on the ghost.
But I actually, every answer with a tank is, it depends. Are you fighting multiple mobs? How far are you from the mobs? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Like, there's no one size fits all. And it's really hard for me to answer based purely off of that. So, for example, Wild Charge is a button in some dungeons when I need to close gaps or distances or I get a knockback, I'll use it. But in most scenarios, you don't have to hit Wild Charge. It's not like it's a DPS game. You can use it to immobilize Murlocs that are running away in Gambit, but there's no fear effects this season. No fleeing enemies. You can use it in between pulls to go into stag form and leap to get to pull slightly faster as an optimization. You can use it if you ever get to go into cat form and charge behind your target if there's a knockback of some kind without a damage amp, without them hitting you. So there are many niche cases of it, but effectively, at the same time, all of that being said, if you never press Wild Charge, you'd be able to play the game just fine. Like, if you actually just never press Wild Charge, you'd also be fine. So it's kind of hard to answer it fully, if that makes sense. Yeah, but you don't even need to press it. So all of those use cases I just told you are completely irrelevant, and they're tiny, tiny, tiny min-maxes that ultimately just don't really matter. I would not macro Moonfire, and the reason is because Moonfire takes a GCD, and you no longer fill with it as much as you used to, depending on what talent setup you're playing. If you're playing Druid of the Claw, then you don't Moonfire at all. If you're playing Elune's Chosen, then you Moonfire to fill your rotation, but Mangle Thrash always takes priority. if you are playing double mangle, see, like, why? But since when did Druid become like this? I don't remember Druid being like this. Since when was this the conversation about Guardian? Guardian was always like, oh, just macro your Iron for hit this button and you're fine. But now all of a sudden it has to be this entire conversation. Like, honestly, it would be easier for me to tell you how to play Prot Pally and how to play Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter and Prot Pally are easier tanks right now for me to explain how to play them. Seriously. Yo, what's up, Sean? Good to see you as well. Stream lagged. If my YouTube stream does cut off, just come to kick or whatever. Got first bleed with... Okay. I'm gonna turn my balance. So does that kind of make sense, though? Just about the differences between the things? I'm getting packet loss on Twitch. You can try... I'll put my headset on. I can heal while doing this. Check history, yeah. Still the best. Wow, love your insights. Oh, good night. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. That is a nice compliment. Good night, Trappy. I like the fantasy of a tiny elf with 2 blades taking a beating from a boss and staying alive. That's fair. That's an incredibly good point, actually. Do you think Mage is better this season? You mean power level or playstyle wise? When you say is Mage better this season, do you mean based on like how much damage they're doing or based on their rotational changes? Invited to keys, yes. As of right now, Mage is in a very good spot to be considered quote-unquote meta. There's a lot of reasons why Mage would be considered very good. It still has Supernova, it still has fair defensives, Arcane still has its prio damage, Frost just blast damage, it has good options, it has good utility for these keys. Invis is kind of broken in a lot of scenarios. You can AMS mechanics basically with Invis. Yeah. So, but Arcane, like, because it's so competitive with damage right now, and a bad Arcane Mage doesn't do competitive damage, you have that issue. But I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw fire buffs in the next set of notes. Maybe Frost nerfs, as I think we'll probably see Frost nerfs soon. So even after that, though, Mage is pretty good, though. Just curious at what level? Very much lower than you think. Whatever the answer could be, Captain Barrison, first of all, excellent name. That's a giga name right there. The answer is significantly lower than you think. Significantly higher than you think. As in, what level of keys does meta become required? 21. 20. If you're pugging, maybe 19, 20. On live right now, it'd be something like that. Keep in mind that I saw Rai healing a 21 Dawnbreaker on live the other day with 3 Fury Warriors, a Prez Evoker, and a Brewmaster Monk. That's as far from meta as you could possibly get. I don't know if they timed it, but I watched them do it for a second. Oh, man. Rip to see the ad. Bro, I have ad set to the actual minimum. I have... If you want. Or just... I have ad set to the minimum. I can't turn them any lower than this. Alright, last boss. Actual healing check. Let's see if we can do this properly. This key has felt a little bit too easy to heal, I'm not gonna lie. Because we have 2 DK DPS. Alright, let me see when the ad's done. Lust it. This fight could be like a mana management fight, where you would actually have to manage mana. So I go up early, set the Serenity here, perfect. Oh, nice, random nose. It's a clear, perfect. Nice, not too bad then. So we just gotta heal these 2 targets. I'm gonna take this corner one. Don't go too late. Up we go. Over we go. Nice. Good job. Oh, we can res. My external cast it anyways. I him. I think we got it. I think I save it. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Locked in just slightly. Excellent. Boom, 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 boom. I am still using the base UI, correct. So anyways, about the meta. I think that right now on live, the only key level that meta actually matters, probably... What? What do you think the actual level is? Maybe 21. Probably something like way higher than you think. Whatever the number that you think it is way higher than that. What was he taking damage from? I feel like he was standing in something the whole time. I'll go take this one, and then I'll go over here. Boss is still pretty healthy. Yeah, but people look for it in like a 10 or a 12, but the truth is that I think that the meta DPS only really starts to matter at like... I think if you're pugging, 19 is a reasonable level. If you're trying to get invited to keys, it could be as low as a 15. Like sometimes people won't take you as off meta in like a 15 or even a 12. Which is ridiculous and should be fixed, by the way. That is not a healthy state for the game to be in. That doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean by that? Oh, shit. Oh, push it. I do have my angel form if need be. If you have B-res ban, you can send it, though. Yeah, but the idea is, like, because meta matters because strats, because you need a grip here because you're supposed to have a DK, or you need this profile of this damage or this healing in order to do the thing. You know? Why early with the arrow? Because the arrow gives stacks. So you see this debuff we have on us? You'll get 2 stacks of the debuff. He's going to take that one. I might just have to angel form and die. It seems that my job here is to carry my team through angel form. So you get 2 stacks. You're supposed to clear the first one, which is one reason this boss is so impossible on beta. Because right now, so he has 1 stack, yeah, and I'm healing through it. He has 2 stacks. He's supposed to go take the arrow now. And then he's only going to get 2 stacks of the debuff. Just because I want to try out Resto Shami next X pack, do it. First of all, we don't know what tuning will be like. So if you're worried about, oops, 2 seconds. Nice. If you're worried about what tuning looks like, as an example, we don't know. Resto Shaman could end up being the most powerful, most meta healer. There's a very strong chance it does, because it still has Sky Fury, still has a kick, and Cap Totem exists. You know? You could see Resto Shaman being the meta healer. It's a tuning knob, but they technically have what it takes to be a meta healer. Yeah. Hard to say whether or not that will or will not happen. Resto Druid most likely looks very strong because of how healing works. We talked about this on the podcast. Right now, beta seems to be highlighting a healing breakdown that prioritizes healing outside of cooldowns. You need consistent healing, not one big burst of healing, you know? If that makes sense. You think Resto Druid will get hit with a nerf? I hope they buff other things instead of that, though. But lost your grit in real life. Most loved tanks are Bear Brew and VDH. Prot, Pally, VDH, and Warrior are the 3 most loved tanks. Yeah. Prot, Warrior, VDH, Pally. Those are the top 3 tanks. That's not a good pug tank. Well, I mean, you can do anything. What do you like playing the most, or are you just worried about getting invited? Or in particular, are you just like, you just want to get invited, Clust? Let me just go grab my cat. Did you eat your breakfast? Yeah? Did you end up liking your breakfast, buddy? Or no? Was it terrible? You didn't like your new breakfast? Yeah, because they... What else do you have to say about this? Yeah? Is there anything else you'd like to tell me? Yeah? What? What else? Uh-huh. Yeah? You chilling now? You just wanted some attention and love? You just wanted somebody to acknowledge that your breakfast was terrible, right? Yeah. You just needed recognition and validation. I understand. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. You're gonna need a bath soon.
Do you want to give him a bath?
I don't want to give him a bath soon.
I think you should give him a bath.
I don't think I should give him a bath.
I absolutely think you would enjoy it.
I have enough scars on my body already.
What's another one?
That's true.
I can't go on camera with this shirt, right?
No. Yes, I know. Yes. Yeah. Yes, correct. Oh, you just turned it over. Oh, no. Your hair like this, buddy. Oh, that's the one. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Cat person or dog person? Cat person? Dog? I've always been a dog person my whole life. Stop petting me. A frog person? Oh, look at the big boy. Yes. Anything else? Yeah. He's such a vocal cat. This cat feels like he's basically cosplaying as a dog. Like he's really a dog cosplaying as a cat. He's a very convincing cat on the outside. And he's a very convincing dog on the inside. Is that how cats sound like in Thailand? No, it's just this cat. There are 2 cats in this room right now, and you only hear one of them. And that's just how it is, man. I love a weird-looking chicken. Yeah, when we did the in real live stream, you wanted to buy a duck. You wanted a duck. You weren't even sad. You wanted a full-on duck. Okay, what's the other worst healer, by the way? Out of curiosity, aside from Holy Priest, what else do you think is possibly the worst healer? Yeah, I got you. Good question. I flock of weird chickens and ducks. Hi, Juju. Yes. Hello. Paladin. Resto Druid. No, Resto Druid is amazing. I want to say Presevoker. Presevoker gets shit on, but is actually really good right now. Paladin. Okay, so in the next key, has H-Priest ever been good? Shadowlands, End of Shadowlands, because it was tuned very highly. I also think that H-Priest has a lot more possible meta contention. Presevoker is not that hard to play. I need to come up with a way to make a guide on Presevoker to explain the fact that it's not that hard. So for this next key, do I play Presevoker or do I play Holy Paladin? I'm only playing the worst healers. Basically what I did was I looked up automatic Jax healer tier list and I'm just choosing the ones at the bottom. Yep. H-Pal. Vote. I'll play H-Pal or Prez, I don't mind. Poll. Question. H-Pal or Prez? Prez, Evoker, H-Pal. You have like 2 minutes. Holy Priest feels good right now. There's a lot of reasons why Holy Priest did not feel as good before. Many, many reasons. One of them is it doesn't have a kick, it doesn't have utility, but congratulations, no one does now. Okay, number one. Yes, Archon is better. Oh no, you've been looking at Archon.gg. Not a good idea right now on beta. For retail, I still think that those things don't really give you a whole picture, Captain Barrison, about why things are good. Because everything has a niche, to an extent. You determined to lane and main present midnight. Are you Protein? Easy. I can help you play Prez. It's not that difficult. It's you have to be on top of it and kind of constantly prepping. It's a ramp healer, you know. I haven't made a DPS tier list. Pekko made one. Oh, it's tied right now. Okay, I wonder what's gonna win. Pekko has made a DPS tier list because he plays DPS. I haven't played all the DPS. I've only played Warlock, Mage, Aug, and Dev, Balanced Druid. I haven't tested a lot of DPS yet. Much more foresight. Does it though, random? Does it require more foresight? On retail, I would disagree. In midnight, I agree. Because with the pruning, it's probably better an organized group. The range thing is not an issue anymore. The range thing is no longer an issue. That is old school news. You don't even have rescue anymore as an actual cooldown for spot healing. I would say genuinely, if I play Prez right now, I'll show you. All right, Prez is going to win. Cool. I'll hop over to Prez. The range issue is like, is really not that critical anymore. A lot less demanding. It's not important, but it's a lot. You don't really think about it ever. All right. Prez Evoker it is. So TA is the biggest reason why it helps to have people stacked, because you'll hit everybody with your TA. But if I can't hit everybody with my TA, that's okay. There is foresight involved, but at the same time, there isn't. Let me try to explain this, because that doesn't make a lot of sense when I say it like that. Let's go over it like this. I have a way. Let me close my door first. All right, rant time. Okay. This is going to be a hell of a clip. Are you ready? Let me see if I can aura farm right now. Okay. All right. Let me think about this for a second, about how I would say this. Let me see if I can get this in like 30 seconds. Are you ready? This is my Sung Jin Woo moment. This is my solo leveling. I will not fail. Okay. I'm getting my exclamation clip ready. Okay. Is Prez Evoker actually hard to play? Let's compare current Resto Druid with current Prez Evoker. Not in Midnight, but on retail. On current retail on a Resto Druid, you have to ramp and know exactly when the damage is happening. If you have 7 seconds, then you regrowth, life bloom, get your F-low down. Then you want to apply regrowth to the target that doesn't have your life bloom, because you can spread it through ramp and ferocity. And then if you want, you using verdancy, then you put life bloom on the 2 people that aren't you, or you put life bloom on yourself. And then if there's 9 seconds, you can get a few more rejuves out. You wild growth beforehand to get your symbiotic bloom. So you have a whole ramp that's happening here, man. That is not easy to do. Whereas Prez Evoker, you TA and then you reversion, and then you manually echo your Dream Breath if you so desire, if you have full time to ramp, but that's not even important. Just get Dream Breath ticking on your party, and then you echo, Verdant Embrace, done. Which one is actually harder? Prez is hard because people don't know how to play it, because it is an unknown healer that no one really enjoys playing. But if people spent time on Prez, they would realize that Resto Druid is significantly harder to ramp on than Prez is. Like, that's it. The whole explanation. Everything I just said with Resto Druid are decisions that you're making all the time. Do I have time to get rejuves out, or am I really focused on just the wild growth into the double life bloom, into the regrowth on the target that doesn't have it because of this talent? That's it. That's going to be way longer than 30 seconds. I have to manually clip it. Go! You have to actually go here and do the whole clip button, because that's going to be like a minute 30. But it's a good rant nonetheless. Can I just... Yeah, just mess up their name if they do that. Lane. Clip. I'm pretty sure I missed the timing on that, but that's okay. Hey, Purple. Yo. Oh, we just filled this group. Magister's Terrace 13. All right. Yeah, whatever. Hey, do you spam Ice Lances even if they aren't procs to get rid of? If I'm at 20 Shattering and I have nothing else to press, I have been pressing Ice Lance. I am not sure if that's the right thing to do, but that is what I have been doing, to be fair. So, yes. You hope Mistweaver to be competitive in Midnight. Mistweaver is currently bugged on beta, so they're using a build that will probably get fixed. I'm curious to know what Mistweaver actually ends up playing like, because I like the Fist Weaving build, but it's a little undertuned. In terms of fun, Mistweaving has got to be one of the most fun specs right now. Actually. Yeah, please do. Thank you. Sometimes bots just come into it. Let me see. Who? Yeah, that sounds right, Keeler. Let me get him. Time to get him. Yep, got you. First time at the gym, you want to be called a good boy? Understandable, to be honest. Okay, done. I mean, nobody doesn't like moms. Everyone does. It's a thing. If somebody tells you they don't, they're lying to you. Don't trust them. If any guy is like, well, obviously, I'm not like, I don't really like mommies, then they're lying to you. This is an immediate red flag. It's not a red flag to like MILFs. It's a red flag not to like MILFs. It's true, and you know it. I would say that Midnight Prez Evoker is harder than Retail Prez because Prez didn't actually get that much simpler. If anything, it got a little bit, maybe harder is the right way to say it. It's different. I can't tell if I like it or don't like it. The different Prez Evoker. It feels kind of like the Resto Shaman where it's playable, but sort of in a weird way, though. It's a red flag from the ground with a younger crowd. No, I mean, listen. Drake, it's not that weird. When I was growing up, I was almost eaten by a bobcat. It's the cycle of life. It's just nature. I also think Resto Druid is way more forgiving than Prez Evoker. If you don't get the ramp perfect, it's fine. You could add a few more hots. That's true. At a certain key level, that's not true for Resto Druid, to be fair. Next to this room, eye purple. Sounds good. Thank you for your message. I wasn't actually like crazy depressed yesterday. It was just sometimes you need to be bad. Like actually, or what is considered a bobcat? No, like for real. Because we lived in like a mountain area and I was playing outside one day and apparently this bobcat was stalking me. So it's not quite the same as a cougar, but it's similar. The point stands. Also, I respect it as well. I think that as long, you know, the older I get, the more willing I am to triple my age in terms of a track. You just take your age as like a mathematical formula. It's basically my age times 3 is acceptable.
The way forward opens.
I appreciate it.
And your faith.
By 20, so I was like, no, there's nothing wrong with that. Kitty's a cougar, technically. Kitty's older than me. I've never dated people my age.
Unauthorized entry, please hold.
Boom. How much older does the person have to be if they're gonna be considered, you know? What's the actual age? Also, oh my god, my ping is really bad right now. Now my ping is tough. Doesn't feel significantly worse for some reason than it actually is. Okay, I'll figure it out. You're only a few years older, but it's still funny to say that. It's still funny to say. Okay, so for Prez, as of right now, without Spirit Bloom, it's actually less forgiving. Because Spirit Bloom used to be a button that you could just fill